So welcome everyone to our student leadership group meeting. During this first half of the meeting, we are going to be kind of discussing a few social media and online applications that you can use to accomplish your group goals. As you may recall, we decided on a specific goal for the group that we will be working on throughout the year. Now today, I wanted to kind of give you guys some tools that you can use to prepare this project and to work together. So first, in terms of communication, I know some of you already use digital communication applications to communicate with other people in your family, maybe with your teachers or friends. But for those who don't, there are digital applications and online groups that can kind of help you to communicate, get organized, plan, like I said, stay organized and outreach. So some of those applications include GroupMe. GroupMe is like a text-based application that you can use if you want to add everyone to the group. If everyone's okay with, giving out their numbers, then you can do that and communicate within the group. There's also Facebook groups for those who prefer social media. And then there's Google groups. Google groups isn't necessarily social media, but in the Google groups, you can manage the people in your group, like through email. You can send emails through the Google group so that everything can stay in one place. So for communication, these are just some things you can use. There's other applications that people do use, and those are okay. But for anyone who doesn't know about these, know that there are some applications that you can use to maintain that communication. Now, in terms of outreach and networking, so online networks can help you to recruit individuals for partnerships for work and personal goals. So part of the project, so Veronica, did you say something?
Are you supposed to show us the presentation? Because I don't see it.
Oops, let me see. Let me start sharing again. Can you see that?
Yes, now I see it.
All right. Let me go back so you guys can quickly see what I had shared with you. So this is what I was sharing, the communication piece. These are a few of the applications that you can use to maintain that communication with your group. The next thing we're talking about is outreach and networking. So again, there's some online networks that can help you to recruit individuals for partnerships for work and personal goals. So part of your project involves outreaching to the community, finding potential mentors or people who can help us or help other students, whether it's in tutoring, whether it's with learning about the culture or other things. You may, recruit from your own individual circles. You may be part of groups, which is great, but there's also other online things or networks that you can utilize, one of them being LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is a professional networking site. You can upload your resume, if you have any references or recommendations, they can add them to LinkedIn. It's a great way to meet recruiters or meet other people that can potentially help you. Now, LinkedIn, when it comes to outreach, from my experience, is a good place to outreach to professionals who may be able to bring resources. Maybe you'll find professionals who can help with tutoring, those who are really great at math, those who have a background in science, and other types of people who can help you with this project. So if you don't have a LinkedIn, I do encourage you guys to create one. And if you don't know how to create one, at the end, I will give you guys a link where you guys can learn how to create LinkedIn and what kind of information you should be putting on. But not only that, LinkedIn is not only going to be good for the outreach and networking for this specific project, but it will be good for you as students for your future career. It's a way to kind of document your accomplishments and your career. That way you can meet recruiters, people that can help you find your next job. Alignable is another network. It's kind of a little bit like LinkedIn, but it's catered more towards like small businesses that are looking to promote their products or their organizations. So Alignable is a great place where you can meet different employers and kind of share your resources. There is for both. LinkedIn is free. You can pay for like a premium subscription where you get more benefits, but for the most part is free. Alignable, there's also like it's also free, but you can also pay if you want additional features, but you don't have to. The reason I bring up Alignable is because there are businesses there that can help you with your goals. And then Facebook groups. So there's a lot of different Facebook groups if you have social media that focus on different things. Some of them focus on, for example, there's a lot of groups that focus on South Bay jobs. Some groups are more city focused, like the city of Torrance or Torrance neighborhood and things like that. In these groups, you can actually share information about the resources that you are providing through the student leadership group, or you can recruit people to become mentors. So there's a lot of opportunities within these different applications and groups that can help you with the outreach component. Now, in terms of designing, you might have to create a flyer, maybe a PowerPoint, or a video. So there's a lot of graphic design platforms that can be used to create those. Some of the applications include Canva and LucidPress, which are online and allow you to collaborate. So if you're going to be working together with someone else to create a flyer, I encourage you to use an online application. That way you guys can work together and feed off of each other's kind of suggestions. Canva is free, but there's a pro account if you want to upgrade as well. But there is a free version as well for students. So if you want to create one, I encourage you to. I love Canva. This presentation was created on Canva, and other things I do are on Canva. But there's also LucidPress. If you have a Google email, you might be able to access LucidPress, which also allows you to create flyers, pamphlets or other presentations. And then if you have Microsoft Office, you're going to have access maybe to the publisher. So Microsoft Publisher, it also allows you to do the same things. The only thing with Microsoft Publisher is if you want to collaborate, you're going to have to collaborate through Microsoft Teams, which is the online kind of, which is going to be available through the online app. But all of these are great ways that you guys can create. I know if you're more advanced, you might want to use Photoshop or InDesign, so Adobe Photoshop and InDesign, that's fine too. But if you want something simple, something where you can collaborate with other people in your group, these are just a few applications that you can use. Now, furthermore, there's also other online applications that can help you to create documents, reports, presentations, surveys, mini visuals, or more as a team. One of them here being Lucidchart, which is the same basically owner from the LucidPress. And basically Lucidchart, you can do visuals, you can do like different flow charts. It's a really cool feature if you guys can get access to it. I have a link at the end so you guys can go to if you want to, but you can create visuals and things like that for your project. But also, I'm not sure you guys have Google. I think for a general Google user, you might not, but as a student, you might have access to all the Google applications. But in Google, you can create forms, you can create sites, you can create groups, sheets, which is basically like Microsoft Excel. The docs is like Microsoft Word. And then you have a calendar and a drive where you can save stuff for your projects. So I encourage you guys to use Google. If you don't have Google, use your TUSD, TUSD email if you have one. If you don't have one, we can definitely get you one as a student so you can access these applications. But these applications are really great for collaboration. So I encourage you guys to use these when you are creating maybe a report, a document, preparing something for the group. Furthermore, having a group website where the community can find more information about the group can help the group communicate externally and share accomplishments. So I always like having like a website where people can just go and find more information. So our TUSD website, I mean, tusd.org/TS is our main school website. We have one for SSS, the Student Support Services Team, and then the counselor Veronica, she has her own website, which is focused all on kind of mental health and other counseling tips and things like that, right? So for this team, I do encourage you guys to create a website. I think it would be a great experience for you. There's WordPress and then there's Google Sites. I'm not sure. Again, I have to check, but I think in order to get access to Google Sites, you might have to use your TUSD email that we give to you. If that's the case, we'll make sure to arrange that on our end. But this will be a great experience for you guys to have a website where you share information about the mentorship program that you want to create and add the requirements, the forms, and things like that. I think it will be very beneficial for you. If you are an artist or you work in a field that's has a lot of visuals, I encourage you guys to create a WordPress or your own website so you can actually have all those visuals in one place. So when you go to apply to a job and they ask you for a portfolio, then you have a website where you can go to. Now, I think this is the last one, but when it comes to collaboration, there are many online resources that can help you collaborate as a team and stay organized. One being the Google Workspace space. Then there's Microsoft Teams. If you have access to the Microsoft Online, Microsoft Teams, you can sign up for free, but there's also other plans with more features. Is another option as well that a lot of employers actually do use. And then, another one here is Dropbox. If you want to kind of collaborate and put save documents, you can use the Dropbox to create kind of a shared drive that everyone can have access to if needed. Right, so here are some of the links to resources. I know it's a lot of different links, and I wish we could actually go in depth with every application so you can learn a lot more. There's a lot, so it will take a bit of time, but I do encourage you guys to take your time, get to learn about some of these applications and see, if any of them will benefit you with this group or will benefit you in your career. So all these links are basically like how to get started and some training, free training if you want to get trained in these applications. All right, well, thank you. If you guys do have any questions about these applications, feel free to contact us, Student Support Services, or you can even contact our counseling intern, Priyanka, who's here to help you guys. All right, so now we're going to actually move forward and start with the meeting for the student leadership group.